President Trump signed more executive orders related specifically to education. And among those was one addressing the Obama-Biden administration's troubling policy requiring schools to discriminate on the basis of race by imposing discipline based on racial characteristics rather than on objective behavior alone. How can you even do that? But what negative impact could such a flawed policy like that have? And what will this new executive order do? Well, here now to discuss this is Ryan Petty. He's vice chair of the Florida State Board of Education. Ryan, welcome to Washington Watch. Great to have you.
Great to be here with you today. Thank you.
All right. So for those who may not be aware, share with us just personally some of the tragic circumstances, really, that brought you to the State Board of Education.
Yes, well, I'm sitting here today with you because of some failed federal education policy implemented by the Obama administration, certainly contributed to the murder of my daughter and 16 others at the Parkland High School tragedy in 2018. What we learned as we investigated that tragedy is that there were discriminatory discipline policies put in place at the behest. It was a little bit more than the behest of the Obama administration. There were some strong arm tactics there used by the DOJ and the Department of Education to push school districts across the country to quote unquote stop discriminating in their discipline policies. The practical fact is that the push by the Obama administration actually caused racial discrimination to be implemented in several districts. And the reaction in the school district in Broward County, where Parkland is, was to create something called the Promise Program. And the Promise Program ultimately was nothing more than really a community relations effort to try to convince the public in Broward County that the school district took disparate outcomes and took discipline equity seriously. Really what it was just an agreement between the school district and the sheriff at the time to stop arresting juveniles and to overlook or dismiss disciplinary behavior by certain students. And it created chaos. It contributed to the Parkland tragedy. And right after the Parkland tragedy, 59% of the teachers in Broward County, their own union polled them and found that 59% felt unsafe in their classrooms. So that's the practical reality of these Obama policies.
Unbelievable. I don't. Chaos is the word underscored. Mm-hmm. So how do you grade, if you will, the president's executive order that he signed yesterday on school discipline?
Well, I give him an A+. Now, there's a lot of homework to do. I'll be honest. There's more that needs to be done, but getting that executive order in place and starting the process with DOJ and the Department of Education to unwind the damage that's been decaying our school districts across the country, it's a great first start. I applaud the president for taking this step. But now it's really going to be up to the DOJ to clean house. It's going to be up to the Department of Ed to rescind the disciplinary policies that are discriminatory. And let's get back to schools where teachers can teach and students can learn.
Yeah, and discipline is a part of it. You really ultimately can't have education without some degree of discipline, as it is in itself a discipline. I don't know if you saw this, but earlier today, a judge at least has temporarily halted the White House's push to end diversity, equity, and inclusion in K through 12 public schools. Do you have a reaction to that at this point?
The Democrats and progressives who have had the education establishment captured from K through 12 through our universities and, the colleges of education that teach our teachers. It's been captured for decades. They don't like what the president is doing right now because they like to be in control of it and they like to well, they like to run public education in the United States. And so I applaud the president. My reaction is, lawfare will only get them so far, but the people of the United States, we've elected President Trump to do a job. And part of that job was fixing what's wrong with public education. And President Trump is trying to do everything in his power as the executive in the United States to clean that up. And we need to get behind him. And these activist judges need to keep their politics at home.
So we do need to get behind him. I totally agree. We've got less than a minute. How can state officials across the country partner with the White House and get behind him on this issue?
Absolutely. As the executive order said, there's more to come. The Attorney General and the Department of Education is going to reach out to states. But I applaud, what we've done here in Florida is in anticipation of this. We've been cleaning house for the last couple of years under the leadership of Ron DeSantis as our governor. Has been fantastic, and our Commissioner of Education. But I would tell my fellow state board members across the country, start removing these policies immediately. There are folks out there that can help you find them and eradicate them. And that's what we need to get to as soon as possible, because it's in the best interest of all students that they are treated equally. And to your point, discipline
Absolutely.
is a part of that. We have to have discipline in our schools.
Thank you, Ryan Petty, Vice Chair of the Florida State Board of Education. Grateful for your insights today. Thank you for joining us on Washington Watch.
Thank you.